Okay, so today we have Gilbert O'Sullivan and Clair. Now, ever since I reacted to Alone Again Naturally, his signature track, I wanted to get back to Gilbert just because I love his voice. I love that kind of nasally tone that he has. And yeah, we're coming back here with a song from back to front. And yeah, let's get into it, talk about it after. We do have some things to talk about after as well from what I've seen people talk about with the song and some of the controversies. So I want to talk about that. And but let's get into it. Here we go. Clair. No E.
As if something somewhere had happened to me, which I couldn't see. And then the moment I met you again, I knew in my heart that we were friends. It had to be so, it couldn't be no, but try. In a way I can't describe. Words mean so little when you look up and smile. I don't care what people say, to me you're more than a child. Oh Clair, Clair, Clair. If ever a moment so rare was captured for all to compare, that moment is you. All that you do, but why? In spite of our age difference, do I cry? Each time I leave you, I feel I could die. Nothing means more to me than hearing you say, I'm going to marry you. Will you marry me, Uncle Ray? Oh Clair, Clair. That it's late, no you can't have a drink. Oh alright then, but wait just a bit, while I in an effort to babysit, catch up my breath, what there is left of it. You can be murder at this hour of the day, but in the morning this hour will seem a lifetime away. Oh Clair, Clair.
Well, there she goes. Clair by Gilbert O'Sullivan. I mean, we knew this was going to be about a girl named Clair. Would you believe that? Holy moly. I gotta say, this is almost sick of how poppy... It's almost sickly pop, you know? Just the way... It's just so sweet. It sounds so innocent. Everything is lighthearted from the piano-driven, feel of it all. I mean, it's a love song, of course, and we figure it's a love song about, again, a woman, but then we find out it's kind of like a babysitting tribute. But anyway, like I was saying, the piano leads it here, and I know I've only reacted to now 2 Gilbert O'Sullivan songs, but I do know that Gilbert is a master behind the keys, and he's showing off his chops again here. And I feel like, at least in my ears, I'm not a pianist, but it seems pretty not that complicated, I would say. It's just an easygoing, easy breezy track all the way through, especially with the way the keys are played here. Again, everything about it is just so sweet. It's cotton candy feeling. I mean, all this shit comes to mind. It's bubblegum pop in a way. I feel like that's what that means. And anyway, it's just so light, and it's just so airy, and it's just everything nice. And like I said, there's innocence all over the place. And Gilbert's voice, I mean, holy moly. Like I said off the top, I just love that, at least to me, that nasally, I would say, quality about it, and in a good way. You know, sometimes nasally is not the best way to describe a voice, but that's what comes to my mind. And his voice, I think he was like almost 30 here. He was like 27, 28, I think, something like that. And but he has a wise kind of feeling about his voice. His voice sounds wise, and there's an echo to his voice too. It's just very distinctive. I mean, again, if you put on a song and didn't tell me what it was, I would imagine, but it was him, I would say, oh, that's Gilbert O'Sullivan. You could just tell by his voice. His voice is just fucking unlike any other voice I've ever heard. And yeah, so I just really enjoyed that. Big voice, of course, of the 70s, thanks to, again, Alone Again Naturally, and a song like this as well, and many other songs that I've seen people suggest. But anyway, yeah, so his voice was going off here again for me, and it didn't make me kind of go, ooh, and ah, whatever the hell during the reaction. But of course, there's the whistling too that he was doing, and that added another layer of sweetness, I think. It's just, everything is peaceful here. It's just a very peaceful, calming track, I think. And although Gilbert talks about how, at some points, he almost wants to die or whatever whenever they are apart, there's still a positiveness about it, and a positivity about it, and anyway, again, it's still calming to me. But then, of course, you have the harmonica too, which is by Gordon Mills, who was playing the harmonica here. A little solo of that, and that added another layer, another feeling of smoothness, of a soothing feel too, and nothing overbearing here at all between the guitar work or the drum work, whatever. The drum work, I would say too, there was the bells kind of sound. I would imagine that was from the drummer here. Or percussionist, whatever you want to say. And yeah, just everything about it was just whimsy. It was a whimsical track. It was kind of silly as well. The lyrics were, again, from what I've seen, people have said the lyrics seem creepy. I'll say that there too. But there's a charm about it all, and yeah, it's very sentimental. Of course, I mean, my God, that's very sentimental to Gilbert. But yeah, so before we go on more and talk about the song and such, the lyrics, just to say this: Gilbert O'Sullivan, would you believe it, is on vocals and piano and whistling on this track here. Chris Spedding is on guitars. Herbie Flowers, which again is just a great name. I must have mentioned him in my last reaction I did to Gilbert, but again, Herbie Flowers, my God, is on bass. And Gordon Mills, like I said, he's on production and harmonica here. Frank Barber on arrangements and drums, and Johnny Spence on arrangements as well. And Peter Reinston, I apologize, is on engineering. Let's mention them all here. But again, arrangements, I didn't really mention that, but the lush arrangements, as I always like to say, just added another oomph, if you want to say that much, and made the song seem even more luxurious or even more happy and joyous, I would say. And just I don't know, they threw the kitchen sink at this song to make it sound happy and to make it sound joyous, and at least in the tempo and all that. So it's such a catchy melody too. And Gilbert's melodic voice just went along so well with that too, and you could just tell where he was going. So just bopping your head with his voice too, and how he would finish his lines was so easy to get where he was going, like I said. And so yeah, just easy as hell. But now I want to talk, and this is the whole thing. Looking up the song, and again, I was thinking I want to do another Gilbert song. I love his voice. Let's get into it. And when you search up Clair, some of the first thing you see is about controversy anyway. And again, when you first get into the song, you think, okay, so he's talking about a girl he's in love with or whatever. And oh, okay, so he seems to be a bit older than her anyway. And then you find out that it was Gordon Mills' daughter Claire, who was 3 years old, and who Gilbert would babysit. And I guess more than a few times from what we find out here, and how he kind of had a friendship with her or whatever the hell, or more than, and saw her as more than just a kid or whatever. Because I mean, some people don't like kids, and obviously Gilbert was fond of her and thought she was whimsy and cute and whatever the hell, and innocent, and all those words that go along with what the song sounds like. So again, some people see this song as creepy. Some people see this as weird or whatever the hell. So I just wanted to say that as well, because, and I almost didn't want to do this song, but I was like, but I want to react to something by Gilbert. And this song, from the views and everything, is like one of his biggest songs after Alone Again Naturally. So I was sad, what the hell would go on? And I'll talk about that controversy and talk about what people have said. So, yeah, and I mean, as well, I can understand it. I will say, some of these lines that might sound weird, for talking talking about a 3-year-old kid here, but from what I've read, I'll say this as well. Claire, the actual Claire of the song, has said that she, it was never anything weird between her and Gilbert. He was always very nice, and even up until this day, they remained friends. And she has seen him perform this song live, and she cried when he did it. And from again what I've read, she has said that this song is very important to her, and it's just a very nice tribute, and she loves it, whatever the hell. And from what I've seen from Gilbert anyway too, Gilbert, again said that she was just a nice kid, whatever the hell, and that nothing went on there. But either way, I wanted to put all that stuff out there too, because I feel like in my eyes and in my head, it's the elephant in the room. But anyway, I guess it was all innocent all around, but for some people, they think something sinister was going on behind the scenes, I guess. But anyway, Claire, the moment I met you, I swear, I felt as if something somewhere had happened to me, which I couldn't see. And I just can't get over his voice. I mean, it feels like I'm floating on a cloud when he's singing. Of course, I would follow right through the cloud, but either way. And then the moment I met you again, I knew in my heart that we were friends. It had to be so. It couldn't be no. I can't read. But anyway. Claire, like I said, off the get-go, it's the title of the track, and she's starting it off too, and it's Gordon's daughter there as well that he would babysit, like I said. And again, just finding out, I guess for the first time he met her, when he first started babysitting her, I guess, he said, oh, well, this, it's nice to babysit this kid. She's not a brat, whatever the hell. And then you go on, I guess, minus some of the lyrics later on when apparently she wouldn't go to bed. But anyway, and I knew in my heart we were going to be friends. It had to be so. It couldn't be no. And of course, they did start a friendship there. But try as hard as I might do, I don't know why you get to me in a way I can't describe. Words mean so little when you look up and smile. I don't care what people say to me. You're more than a child. Now, some of these lines here, a couple of these lines, of course, are ones that people say are kind of awkward or a bit creepy. And I mean, again, on the face of it, I can see it. But to me, I'll just say what I think is happening here again. I guess, from Claire's own mouth, she has said that the song it was just a nice little love song. A very, family friendly song as well. Cause again, her dad was on harmonica here. You get me in a way I can't describe. To me, I would imagine at this point, I don't think Gilbert had children. I don't think he had children until like 1980 or something like that. And he wasn't married at this point either. I don't know what his love life was like, but it seemed, or if he wanted kids, but to me, it seems like maybe he did. And this was the only way to fulfill that hole was by babysitting Gordon's kid. And it made him want a kid even more. I don't know, something like that comes to mind. To me, you're more than a child. To me, again, it seems like Gilbert, at least from what I've heard, was kind of a lonely soul at this time. And the only person who really kind of got him was a kid. She was so whimsical and silly and whatever the hell. And it made him feel nice or whatever the hell. It made him feel good. And maybe his problems went away because she was there, and he could be silly too because he's babysitting her. So, I don't know, that kind of stuff comes to mind. Oh, Claire, 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 if ever a moment so rare was captured for all to compare. The moment is you and all that you do, but why, in spite of her age difference, do I cry? And of course, because he was like 20-something years older than her. Each time I leave you, I feel like I could die. And I don't know if he's being a bit over dramatic there. I mean, my goodness gracious, I wouldn't put it past him. Nothing means more to me than hearing you say, I'm going to marry you. Will you marry me, Uncle Ray? And of course, Raymond is Gilbert's real name. He's still around. And I would say this too, and that's another line there where people say, well, what the hell? He's asking her to marry him. But of course, that's from her point of view. And I will say this. When I was a kid, I thought you had to marry one of your sisters. One of your sisters, and I have 4 sisters, and I have no brothers, and I was like, what the hell? But of course, I mean, again, when you're a kid, you don't really know how the world works, and this, just this babysitter that I guess she thought was nice or whatever, she wanted to marry him, and you just think, oh, well, that's how cute is that? Whatever the hell, I guess at that time, but you got to tell them, of course, you can't do that. But yeah, so that just comes to my mind there. I'm going to marry you. Will you marry me, Uncle Ray? Whatever. And of course, again, he found it kind of cute and he found it endearing, but at the same point, I don't think he thought about marrying her at that point, or that there was any grooming going on here, I guess you would say, but God only knows. I mean, in some people's eyes, there was. But there. And again, she just means so much to him. And I guess, again, he feels some kind of void in his life. Claire, I've told you before, don't you dare. And then again, here we go with the warnings that he gives her when she's not listening. Get back into bed. Can't you see that it's late? No, you can't have a drink. Oh, all right then, but wait just a minute. And again, at the end of it, of course, she gets her way. While I, in an effort to babysit, catch of my breath, what there is left of it. And I think about maybe how Claire, just gets him out of breath because she runs around so much or whatever the hell. Then you go on, you can be murdered at this hour of the day, but in the morning, this hour will seem a lifetime away. Oh, Claire, Claire, oh, Claire. And again, just more of the same at the end there with him just saying how much he loves her, whatever the hell, and what she means to him. But like I said, a great sounding track, so lighthearted, just a catchy melody all the way through as well. So sweet, so peaceful. But the lyrics, again, are odd to some people, but I will just say one more time, from everything I've seen, nothing weird was going on. I don't know, but it's just, my goodness gracious. He obviously had, a close friendship with this girl, and he had to write a song about it as a little tribute, and even to this day, Claire still loves it. So there you go there. I mean, again, this is a very awkward, it was awkward to talk about the song, but the song sounded nice. But again, it's just awkward to talk about some of the stuff, I guess, or weird or whatever the hell, because, but I had to mention some of the controversy here, because when you search it up, that's the first thing you see. And when some people say, I don't know how you can't see this. And I mean, I can see, how it could be seen as weird, of course, or whatever, especially with the days we live in. You talk about the Epstein files or whatever the hell. So you just think, well, what the fuck was going on here? But from what I've seen, it was very innocent, and there was nothing going on. So I just have to mention again. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all those things. I really appreciate all the support. And I will talk to you guys again soon.